Hi. Lee Strobel, this guy, was one time an investigative journalist with a legal background, but an atheist with zero interest in Christianity. That's until his wife became a Christian. Now he became very interested in Christianity, but not to join, rather to disprove it and show that there was no evidence for the truth of biblical Christianity, especially the resurrection. Now, after tenacious and thorough investigations, including interviews with high-profile authors, Lee came to the very opposite and shocking conclusion. The evidence for the historicity and the reality of Christ was far too overwhelming to refute. Now, he has since written the account of his journey of faith in a book, The Case for Christ, which has gone on to become a major motion picture. The following is a trailer of that movie, but at the tail end I have a segment of the movie, my very favorite part. Kindly watch and enjoy.
If somebody wanted to do an investigation into Christianity, where would you start?
If the resurrection of Jesus didn't happen, it's a house of cards.
You sure you want to give me that loaded gun?
I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to pull the trigger.
I've spent my entire career as a journalist uncovering the truth until the day my wife presented me with the biggest story of my life.
I'm not gonna lose my wife and my kids to something that I can't even reason with.
And what happened next changed me forever.
How can we even talk about historical evidence for the resurrection?
The Gospels are filled with contradictions.
The empty tomb is based on evidence. And isn't evidence your trade?
We all bet our lives on something.
The question is, what's it going to be?
As much as I would like to help out a fellow skeptic, what you're proposing is impossible.
Could Jesus survive being spiked to the cross?
There is no evidence of anyone ever surviving a full Roman crucifixion.
Just because I write something down and I bury it in the dirt, that doesn't make it true.
What I felt was something more real than anything I've ever felt in my life.
I'm praying for you.
Do you really want to know the truth, or is your mind already made up?
Stop blaming me and the church and God and do your job.
No one's ever proven if the shroud is the actual burial cloth of the Christ. But whenever someone looks in those eyes for the first time, suddenly becomes a real person.
I've hit a brick wall. I have read through every book you've given me. I've gone through every argument. I've followed every lead.
At some point, young man, you're going to have to plant your flag on a mountain of uncertainty where not every question is answered. The human mind will never get to the bottom of every mystery in the cosmos. Believing in God, not believing in God, either way, still takes a leap of faith.
So you're saying, even in our disbelief, that we still take a leap of faith?
More or less. Me, well, I've come to my own conclusion. You're going to have to do the same thing for yourself.
What are you doing here? I thought you were banished. Hey, what's the matter?
You people and your God, you just, you talk in circles. You offer just enough evidence, but never enough to be conclusive. Then you fill in all the gaps with, oh, well, yeah, you just gotta have faith. It's a bunch of nonsense.
You're really irritating. You know that?
Don't start with me, Kenny.
You don't waste a lick of time bragging to all of us how great a reporter you are. So why can't you put up or shut up on this story?
What are you even talking about?
Here's where the chili meets the cheese, my friend. One of my heroes was C.S. Lewis, a man who began as a skeptic, much like yourself. At the end of his journey, you know what he said? He said, if Christianity is false, it's of zero importance. But if it's true, there's nothing more important in the entire universe. So you want your wife back? Well, hey, guess what? People in hell want ice water. Not everybody gets everything they want. Stop blaming me and the church and God and do your job. Stack up the evidence, follow the facts, and write the story, win or lose. Good night.
Father, please. Please soften Lee's heart. Put a new spirit in him. Remove from him his heart of stone and give him a heart of flesh.
The only way to truth is through facts.
The entire Christian faith hinges on the resurrection of Jesus. If it didn't happen, it's a house of cards.
No, you just have to show that Jesus died and was seen after.
How can we be sure of the reliability of those manuscripts?
Archaeologists have recovered 5,843 Greek New Testament manuscripts. Nothing else in history even comes close.
You trust the Journal of the American Medical Association?
Yes, Jesus Christ died on that cross.
You're not telling me what I hope to hear today.
What if it is true? Wouldn't you want to know that?
The first recorded account tells us that he was buried in a tomb. The empty tomb is based on evidence. Isn't evidence your trade?
Faith is the evidence of things we can't actually see.
Any careful historian will see that the core account is consistent, even if a few of the secondary details are told from different perspectives.
500 separate people saw Jesus at the same time.
That would be an even bigger miracle than the resurrection itself.
The disciples reported what
People
actually
with
happened.
zero motivation to lie.
When is enough evidence enough evidence?
I felt something that is maybe more real than anything I've ever felt in my life.
This is not a condition anyone.
Still takes a leap of faith.
But why would he do it?
It's really very simple. Love.
All right, God. You win.
Hey. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. How's he doing?
Good.
Come over here, I want to talk to you for a second.
Are you sure you're okay?
So I have not been completely honest with you over the last few months.
That's a really scary way to start a conversation.
Just hang with me here, okay? When you became a Christian, I freaked out. I mean, yeah, I was scared. And I felt like that I needed to save you. And so I decided to set out to prove this was all a big con. And so that's what I've been doing all this time.
Your research?
Yeah, let me look at this. This is all that stuff. That's why I've been so distracted. That's why I went to California. I just had to prove this whole thing wrong. But I couldn't. The evidence for your faith, it's more overwhelming than I could have ever imagined. But it wasn't just the evidence, okay? It was you. You never stopped loving me. You never gave up on me. And I think because of that, God didn't either.
Oh. What? I mean, I don't think God gave up on you either, but what are you saying?
I can't even fathom that I'm gonna say these words out loud. I believe.
Okay, let me show you something. Show you. But as many as received him, to them he gave the right to become children of God. To those who believe in his name.
And what does that mean?
That means
Watch this. She's going to explain experiential faith.
believe plus receive equals become. Believe plus receive equals become.
Okay. So then how do I receive? What's the protocol for that?
There's no wrong way or right way, just you talk to God. You tell him your heart.
And we do that right now. I mean, shouldn't we go to church?
Right here, right now. This is church.
Right here, right now. This is church.
God. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I cannot ignore the evidence. And I don't know everything. I never will know everything. But I know enough. And I believe it. I'm sorry for what I've put my wife through, what I put my family through. But I believe you're real. And I don't know what comes next. I don't know what it means. I just know that I want that. I want whatever's next. So let's do that.